Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here with a highly anticipated video, and that is the D drives. I know it's been highly anticipated with you guys and with me as well. I mean, come on, it is the Shelby GT350. This is the car that started everything. I am here in a beautiful location. This is where I used to do my D drives. Back in the day, like years ago when I first started doing D drives here on my channel. And I thought, you know, well, because I know that the previous ones, like the latest ones, were like pretty much just driving on the road, and I'm like, I'm not doing that for my Shelby. For my Shelby, I'm doing the D drives, and I'm gonna go all out. I am going to do it right. I am so excited. It is a little bit windy today. It's a little chilly. It seems like the weather is just right, and there's a lot of curvy roads in this area here. It is going to be it's so exciting. I am so ready for this. I just want to give you guys a quick glance of the car and just show you and tell you a little bit about what it has. The list is kind of long, so I'm not going to go exactly through everything. Maybe I'll cover a little bit more once I'm driving, but this is how it looks. So at first glance, you're like, that looks kind of stock-ish, you know, with a little bit of things, but I'm telling you, the list is kind of like I wouldn't say a sleeper because it's not like crazy fast, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So here we have, this is an R replica splitter. We have the canards. We have the Apex wheels. These tires are the Eagle F1 supercar. I know there's a longer name to them, but either way, these are the tires that come on the ZLE stock. I hate the tires that this car comes with stock, which I'm pretty sure you guys that have a Shelby GT350 can relate. They suck. So I just wanted these just because I really did like them when I had them in the ZLE, to not have slicks, but these that provide a good amount of grip, and again, way better than the ones that they come with stock. And of course, you guys already saw this. This is one of my favorite parts of this car, one of my favorite little subtle mods. This is the GT350 R replica spoiler. I absolutely love it. That and the race wing, but it's a little obnoxious for what I'm just planning to do with it now. As far as the exhaust, so it's pretty much stock. In the middle, it is a custom exhaust by Dyno Comp. And of course, I don't have the hood popped up, but you guys, this is the entire reason, the entire heart of this car, a custom fully built engine by RPG. Oh, and I also forgot, it also has Corsa catless headers. And now with this engine, it is 650 horsepower and it revs up to 9K, which that is crazy insane. So that is absolutely crazy that it revs to 9K. The only thing is that with this location, it doesn't have enough space for me to be able to take it all the way to 9K. I'd probably stay around, like, I'm probably on second gear the whole time because it's a lot of curvy short roads, but that is just one of the things that I'm like, yeah, you know, my car revs to 9K. But either way, I mean, there's a lot more with suspension and just a lot more mods, which I'll talk a little bit more about them as I'm driving and doing the D drives with you guys. But for now, enough talking, let's get driving. So we are starting the D drives. Finally, it's been years, but to my defense, let me tell you that I didn't do this D drives any earlier just because I knew that I wanted to upgrade the car, do certain modifications. Never did I think that I had to do this many modifications, like to the engine. I wasn't expecting that exactly, but I just wanted to do it once it was done with everything. And we are there yet. It took a bit longer than needed just because, of course, you know, I can't control that, whatever happened to the engine, but we are here. So I do want to talk about a few things before, more to like what matters to when you're driving, like the first things that you engage with, the first things that you feel that are very important. So let's start with the drivetrain. Hopefully you guys can hear me because now I'm like, it seems like it's a little loud in here, but either way, so let's start with the drivetrain. I do have this short shifter. I feel like that was one of the very important upgrades, important modifications that I really wanted to do for all of my GT350 owners. I mean, you guys know with that stock, what is it called? With the stock shifter, And I've read this in forums, like getting into third is just sometimes, you know, it just sucks. Like, let's say if you're like, I don't know, racing, if you're at the track, it's just a bit annoying to just get there. So I really wanted the short shifter. I mean, it just makes it easier, it just makes it faster with everything. So this is a short shifter by MGW, which then it engages to a stage 2 clutch and a lightened flywheel by Mantech. So that right there, with this clutch and the lightened flywheel, that makes it for a much faster acceleration. But this combo combined, let me warn you, it is not the friendliest. It is not the best. It is not the optimal for regular street driving. It is, however, awesome for like at the track, which is exactly what I thought of when I was getting this. I'm like, you know what? I want something that is going to be awesome at the track. It's just going to be better than what it is stock. So it will outperform there. You would love it there, but in the street, sometimes I'm like, I don't know about this. Now that I'm making a U-turn, I have to go into reverse. That's one of the things where it's like it's kind of like a love or hate it when it comes to the MGW short shifter, and that right there, that vibration is one of the things that I'm like, this is not like really street friendly, because I feel like I'm always on the verge of stalling, and that is mainly me because I just don't drive this car much. I'm sure that if I were to drive this car a lot more often, then I'd be a lot more comfortable and I wouldn't be feeling that. But since I just don't, then that's it. But again, like at the track, awesome. Okay, so now to add to that lightened flywheel that this car has from Mantech, I do have a carbon fiber drive shaft. So that again adds to that. It makes everything lighter, helps the RPMs, and again, just faster acceleration. I knew that was something that I wanted to get as well, and it did take some time. I focused on that once I had the engine done. Another thing is the exhaust. So, oh man, before the engine, before the RPG engine, I had a stock exhaust, except I didn't have a resonator. I did a resonator delete, and that, I believe that was from Shift Tech, the resonator delete piece, which I'll always remember with my reciprocating swap. You guys remember that video? So now it's totally different, because once I started that car that first time, I was like, no, this ain't happening. It was obnoxious. Like, that cold start was just way too loud for me, and I was like, enough with the ZLE. I love the obnoxiousness of the ZLE. I feel like that car is the obnoxious one. I did not want to have two. I wanted something a lot more subtle, a lot more quiet, especially when it came to this Shelby. So that's why I had the center. When it comes to the resonator, now has a much larger resonator, which again, it's custom fabricated by Dynocomp, and it is a lot quieter. I like the cold start now. It's very subtle inside the car, as you guys can hear. I mean, it's pretty quiet. Outside though, it sounds awesome. So if I don't open the valves, it's extremely quiet. I'm like, man, is there even an exhaust on this car? But once I open it, and that's pretty much how I drive it, then you can hear something of the exhaust, but mostly engine, which again, is something that I do like about the Shelby, because people buy this mostly for the engine and the high revving to 9K, which again, I won't be able to get into it, get it all the way to 9K in these short little curvy roads, but you guys can hear it. It sounds awesome. So I think that's enough with those modifications here inside. Let me now do just a little run here through these roads without me talking, so you guys can enjoy the car, how it sounds. It's a nice, just Shelby happiness to your ears. was so much fun. I haven't driven my Shelby like that in years. Again, it was like the first time me pushing it as much as I can in these roads with you guys here on video, so I am so happy. It just reminds me, it brings me back to like, this is exactly why I chose the Shelby GT350. It is such a unique car. It is a driver's car, which, speaking about that, I didn't get to go into more of the, I guess, the suspension upgrades, the suspension modifications that it has, but it does have the Ford lowering springs, the Ford Performance lowering springs, and it also has tons of suspension parts. Mostly, like, everything is BMR, and that right there, I mean, stock, it's a pretty good car, but with everything how it sits now, it's a car that gives you confidence. It's a car that I've always felt that I can feel I can engage with, and I really do like that quality about the car. Really feel confident. As I was driving it, I was just thinking about my ZLE, which is, I really do love that car, but the only thing with that car, it kind of scares me because it is much torquier. So once I get on it, it's like, oh, am I gonna lose it or not? This one, I mean, it does have this crazy power, but it's towards the high end, so it does have more torque. It does have much more torque than stock, but it is manageable. So absolutely love it. It feels planted. I know exactly where the car is going to go. And again, I haven't driven this car in years like that. I haven't been to the track in, like, I don't know, maybe like a year or something, maybe a little longer than that. And I just felt really good. It's a lot of fun. I mean, everything about this car right now as it stands is absolutely perfect. I really enjoyed this D-Drive. I'm so glad that I decided to take it out here and just experience it for what it is, connect with my Shelby again. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought about the D-Drives down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.